Hey everyone, today I'm going to look at the best online TRT clinics for 2025. So we are deep in 2025, and now we've seen a lot of online providers start to provide different types of TRT, different approaches to their treatment plans, their support, and their pricing. So I'm going to look at My Life Force and Hone Health, both of which focus pretty heavily on comprehensive wellness, as well as Henry Meds and ULO for streamlined subscription-based TRT, Evolve Telemedicine for a more balanced approach, and Defy Medical for the concierge style approach that they have. So I'm going to start here with Life Force. So My Life Force works with an upfront membership cost, and that amount changes. At present, it's about $350 upfront plus $149 per month. Now, this includes quarterly phlebotomist administered blood draws, right? They send a phlebotomist to your house to take that blood draw, so you don't have to do it yourself, nor do you have to go to a nearby clinic. So this makes it a lot easier to schedule an appointment in and around your other obligations, especially if you work full time. And as I discovered, most clinics are open pretty much the same hours that I work during the day. So this was a lot easier. After that, if you do get supplements for TRT, they come at 30% off. Now, that is an additional monthly charge for whatever supplements you decide, but things like DHEA is going to have not only that monthly discount, but a proprietary design. So you can see one-time purchase $50, that monthly purchase gives you about 15% for this particular product. Now, overall, one of the things I really like most about Life Force is that it is comprehensive. So you don't just have the blood draw and the medication that's sent to your house, because this is a distinct approach to comprehensive wellness. So you get to meet one-on-one with your clinician after your blood draw to look over the results. And from there, you get access to unlimited email and texting with your health coach. So you get a dedicated Life Force health coach, and you get that dashboard. So as you can see here, this dashboard is a proprietary design that looks at the proprietary life score. You can see right here, life score. So that score is based on several different markers, and it tracks those biomarkers and your progress. So you can see here, it tracks things like hormone balance, total and free testosterone, as well as things like DHEA. You get tracking for your cardiovascular health, your organ health, metabolic conditions. And you can see here that there are a lot of overlapping symptoms for some of these. So things like brain fog and just general exhaustion might be associated with several overlapping components, not just aging or low TRT, which is why it's important to be able to look at more comprehensive health and wellness, in my opinion. Now, they have a 3.5-star rating on Trustpilot with a lot of positive reviews for that holistic approach. You do have, again, that quarterly phlebotomist draw, and that's important because that helps you track all of these over the span of however many years you want to pay for that subscription. So if you get started, you're going to look at your discounts over the course of 1 year, and you're going to see how those medications and other lifestyle changes that are recommended based on your risk factors have helped. Now, that said, it is kind of expensive to start, but beyond your startup fee, the monthly fee is not significantly more than what you would find from other companies. Speaking of which, I'm going to pop over here to Evolve Telemedicine. Now, Evolve Telemedicine gives you a pretty balanced approach looking at hormones and getting started with options for men. So if you are looking for an online TRT clinic 2025 and you want something that gives you this type of blood draw and regular support, but you want to focus more on hormones and weight management, then you're going to have a lot of options over here with Evolve Telemedicine as well. So Evolve Telemedicine is actually a pay per service model. So it's not a monthly subscription. So in my mind, the best online TRT clinics 2025 for a subscription model is going to be right over here, My Life Force. But if you don't want a subscription, you don't want to have to worry about that money coming out every month, then you can pop over here to Evolve Telemedicine. Now, they run a comprehensive lab panel. And from there, you get to meet with a board certified provider. So that's pretty similar to what you get with My Life Force. And then they give you personalized recommendations, and you're basically on your own after that. Now, you do have unlimited access to a patient care coordinator, which is somewhat the same as a life coach or the health coach from Life Force. However, their medicines are more compounded medications. So what you're going to find are compounded medications, which for the record are not FDA approved. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just is something to consider. They have not been tested and approved yet. However, they do have pretty common options when you look at this one is not FDA approved, for example. They do have a lot of options for specific injections and um, pills that you might take for things like better muscle building, better weight loss, better hormone replacements. So they do have a lot of personalized care. You are going to get a lot of good attention here, but the pricing is a little confusing. So it's not as transparent as you might think, and it's not available in every state. So depending on where you live, you may not be able to use this service at all. So now let's pop over to ULO. So ULO is another option for an online TRT clinic 2025. It is something that has made a name for itself, particularly for hair loss. They do about $50 for your labs, and then that actually goes toward your monthly price. So you aren't charged for this until you are confirmed for a prescription. So when you start with ULO, you're going to pay that $50 for the labs. And if they find out that you do have something like low testosterone, or you are going to get approved for a prescription for hair loss, then that $50 credit goes toward your first month of monthly costs. Now, the costs are based on the type of medicine you choose. So you're looking at $160 for TRT injections, $170 for the gels, and $190 for oral medications. Now, with that monthly fee, you do have follow-up consultations and email support only. They have some pretty fast processing times. So if you're looking to get hair growth or other TRT options quickly, while it's still 2025, then this is going to be a pretty good option for you. And that initial test fee does go toward any prescriptions that you have thereafter. I do like that they have multiple forms of TRT, including oral medications, injections, and gels, but they haven't been around long enough to really generate any long-term results based on things like client satisfaction. So kind of hard to know what the long-term benefit will be there. So we pop over here to Henry Meds. Henry Meds pays or charges for different services, and they have some mixed reviews. They actually have an F rating for things like customer complaints with their Better Business Bureau page, and yet on Trustpilot they have a 4.7 star review. So I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews. People either love Henry or hate Henry. Now, with Henry's TRT, what you start here, you'll start with things like unlimited telehealth visits and then personalized care. So it's about $130 per month for testosterone injections or creams. And that does include the labs, the consultations, and the medications. You can also get help for ED. You can find HRT help in. Of course, here they have the GLP-1 options for weight management. Now, some of their unique features basically center on having affordable and transparent subscription costs. So it's going to give you everything you need. You meet with that, you fill out your form 5 minutes, meet with the healthcare provider, and then get your medication immediately. So if you're looking for something fast and you want something beyond what ULO has, they're going to be just as fast. Unfortunately, they do have a pretty bad reputation when it comes to their billing practices, and they use compounded medications only, which are not FDA approved. So if you're looking for something that is pretty holistic and comprehensive in your overall wellness plan. As a man looking for help with an online TRT clinic 2025, you're going to find it here in Hone Health. Hone Health, in my opinion, is a close second to what you would get with Life Force. Now, Hone Health starts with an initial $45 test kit for TRT. After that, the membership is $129 per month. But the medication for TRT is an additional cost. If you're getting creams, it's $60, injections, it's $28. You do get follow-up tests and consultations every 90 days. So that's the same as what you get with My Life Force, right? The focus here is really on your overall wellness. So some features include extensive biomarker testing. They do the same type of 50 plus biomarker testing as you would get with My Life Force. And they go away. And they have a lot of different options here. So where you saw ULO providing a range of different medications and Evolve providing a range of different medications, you're going to get somewhat the same variety here with Hone Health. So they do offer lifestyle guidance in addition to your TRT medication, the same as My Life Force, but it can get pretty expensive. So that monthly membership fee is completely separate from these monthly fees. You're seeing each of these prices listed here, right? So each of these have a separate cost per month plus your membership, whereas you get a discount on your monthly supplements and pharmaceuticals when you have your membership with My Life Force. So your costs might actually end up being a lot higher here, and they're not a very insurance friendly model, so you'll probably end up paying for a lot of stuff out of pocket. Now, if that doesn't interest you and you want something a little bit different in terms of your overall a la carte service for an online TRT clinic 2025, head over to Defy Medical. Now, be advised that Defy Medical has some of the most comprehensive options for different ED, hair loss, and TRT treatment programs, but they are not a subscription model. So you won't get a discount by paying a higher subscription each month, but you also won't have to worry about those auto pay functions. Now, it's going to cost you about $250 per month for labs and consultations, but the cost for your specific plan is based really on which of these options you pick. Some of these are going to be more expensive than others. They have really exceptional customer service. They are a telemedicine clinic that offers TRT options with a lot of privacy, very simple to get started. You don't have to worry about things like quarterly blood draws. So instead, you answer questions. And if you have blood draws and recent physical from your general practitioner, from your regular doctor, you can send all that over. If not, you might need to get a blood draw. But if you have recent blood work, that can expedite the process, after which you'll connect with someone to determine what type of medicine you might need, depending on what it is you're trying to treat. You can see here they have a lot of general health options. They have aesthetics, mainly hair loss options and skincare. Weight loss treatment, and of course, men and women's health options here. So a lot of anabolic therapies, ED treatments, and TRT treatments. What I really like about Defy Medical is they come highly recommended. There's really next to no complaints about them. They are a great option, but they can be very expensive. So that is something to consider long term, is the price that you might end up paying, even though it is a la carte. So that could end up costing a lot more in the end. So if you want a la carte services and you want a lot of treatment options for TRT, I really like what Defy Medical is bringing. Hone and My Life Force are great for their focus on comprehensive wellness. Henry Meds and ULO are more for, that fast sort of delivery of just TRT injections, creams, or pills. And then we have over here Evolve, which does give you a somewhat wider range of options in between all of these, more of a balanced approach.